week's recap of Survivor.
Blood versus water.
2. Alright, so last week, Julie disappointed everyone in the world and quit.
Really?
It was upsetting. I wasn't like rooting for her, but at the same time, come on.
I wanted to see Jeremy voted out. I don't know. I just don't. He's rubbing me the wrong way. Her quitting saved him because they didn't have to go to tribal, and it was pretty much certain death that Jeremy was going.
Yeah.
So Missy was pissed that Julie quit because that was part of her alliance.
This was their chance, they thought, to get rid of Josh. So Missy's like, man, if Julie didn't quit, we'd be in such a good spot right now.
All right, so John and Jacqueline are feeling a little bit full of themselves right now. They know that they're Mr. and Ms. Popularity.
Everybody wants to work with them. Baylor's just all,
you know, we could make a big move. You're really beautiful. And, anyway, it's time for the reward challenge.
Okay, so they're split up into 2 teams for this challenge. And they pick them schoolyard style.
Which means, Missy, no one wants you. You're sitting out alone and you have no chance of reward.
So before we get into what the challenge is, let's talk about the teams. On one team we have Keith, Natalie, Wes, Reed, and Jeremy.
And on the other team, John and Jacqueline, Alec, Baylor, and Josh.
Okay, we don't remember which color was which. There was yellow and blue.
Doesn't really matter.
It's whatever.
But anyway, it's all for a taco party with alcohol.
Yeah. So, for this challenge, they had to transport these huge ass heavy puzzle pieces
to build a temple.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the hidden temple?
No, it's not. So once they build this temple, one team member has to run up to the top,
unleash the statue, and they all have to heave-ho it up to the top.
Yeah, it reminded me of like ancient Egypt and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of cool actually. I thought it was a really good
one. The transporter, it was neat.
So the team with the 3 firemen had an early lead, didn't they? No.
I don't know.
Somebody had an early lead, but the other team made a huge comeback.
Did they?
Yeah.
I feel like you're making things up. Let's just cut to the chase here.
All right.
Keith, Natalie, Wes, Reed, and Jeremy won reward.
It's all a blur.
It's fine.
All right.
It all happened so fast.
That's cool. But they had to send somebody to exile.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd send Missy to add insult to injury.
That's so mean. Well, they ended up sending John because they're like, yeah, you can handle it. You're strong. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't like Missy. It's like she's kind of the mom and she's like untouchable in a way.
Is she though?
No, but she thinks she is.
All right, well,
pisses me off.
Let's talk about the taco party.
All right.
This looked like a sweet setup.
They had quesadillas with double cheese. They had meat tacos. They had vegetarian tacos. They had your margaritas. They had water. They had other drinks.
Okay, you know what they didn't have, apparently?
Imodium.
Oh, no! So...
Oh, my stomach.
Yeah, so before we get into that, this was a very interesting group to go on a reward together because you got a couple of people from both sides.
Yeah.
So they were just eating and not really talking strategy, which is like the only thing you really talk.
Until old-timey fireman opened his mouth and said, you know, if Julie hadn't quit, I don't know who we would have voted out.
Yeah, Keith is trying to play it off like they were going to vote out Julie, and then, who are we going to vote out now? And Jeremy's just like... Okay.
No. All right. So he also told Wes, son, you better take it easy over there. You better pace yourself.
How many freaking tacos did Wes eat? We need a taco tally.
I would say at least 6.
I don't know, but he was out of control.
There was also burritos. There was also quesadillas.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to throw up.
Not long after, he was just like, ugh.
How does throw up go? Well.
A lot of indigestion there.
Back at camp, Josh and Baylor are having a little chat because Josh wants to smooth things over with Baylor.
The mix of people that Josh is with right now, he thinks is great because, you know, these are people that he could potentially swing. These are the people that he needs to talk to for votes, so.
And he wants to hit that nail on the head some more, meaning Baylor, you know, I kept you safe the first week. I didn't write your name down.
Yeah, he did the first week.
He wrote her name down.
He saved her that other time, though, and she owes him. At least don't vote for him for 1 week.
Yeah, even if your group is going to vote for him, you don't vote for him.
Yeah, she's totally not feeling this. She does not like it.
My mom said I don't have to. All right, so at Exile, John is all alone.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time that they have somebody by themselves this season. He gets his clue. It's a new clue. This is for an idol on Exile Island.
Wow, they didn't have that before either. So it said something like, yeah, water, time of the day.
It had to do with the tides.
Right. So he's looking all around the rocks because he thinks it means, you know, when the water goes out, it's in the rock somewhere. But it wasn't. It's all the way on top of a pillar rock.
Yeah, and he finds it.
Yeah, so good for him.
All right.
So it's boys' club back at camp after the reward. And Alec wanted to fart all over Baylor and make her smell his farts, except he doesn't have farts to do that with. But Wes was pooping his pants all night long.
I'm sorry, but Alec is like a Matthew McConaughey wannabe. / Kyle Mooney from SNL.
He's a SoCal wannabe.
All right, well...
And then Alex is like,
it's Alec.
Alec. He's like, here, take this. And Baylor's like...
It's like freaking fish bones. Baylor's like, what do you want me to do with this? He's like, throw it out over there in the water.
And she's like, I'm not your slave. And he's like, well, if you want fish, you will be. Fish. So she runs to tell her, Mommy, he's being mean.
Well, Jacqueline's not happy about it either. You know why, though? She's pissed because John is on exile right now, and
they're treating her like crap.
They're just ignoring her.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk strategy with her, so she's like, wow, these people think that I'm just going to do whatever John wants. They're going to talk to him. He's going to tell me what to do, and it'll be done.
They don't know I have John's balls in a bag over here, and he does what I say. I'm the beauty.
Okay, so let's talk about this week's immunity challenge.
All right. It's a Simon Says. I love these because they're so freaking hard.
It's a memory challenge. This seems really easy when you're watching it, but these people have been out in the elements for like 3 weeks.
And freaking Chatterbox Jeff is all like, blah, 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 blah. This one's a skull. And then, all right, now this one's out, this one's out. Okay, now let's get to the next one.
What do you want him to do?
He's all chatty. And it's very hard to remember stuff when Jeff's all chatty. Of it. All right, so...
He goes through the sequence, you gotta memorize it, and then he's like, all right, what was the first one? What's the next one? Okay, so...
Yeah. John was out first. I think it was out on the second symbol.
Yeah.
Then Reed, then Wes and Alec, all on the first sequence.
All right, so second round. This one was a little bit longer.
This one was tough. Natalie was out on the first symbol.
Bye.
Oh, my. Then Baylor, Jacqueline, Keith, and Missy. So it really came down to Josh versus Jeremy. I don't even think they made it.
Interesting.
I know. I don't even think they made it all the way through the entire sequence.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But Jeremy won.
He really needed that.
He really did. Well, you know what? Both of them needed it, but nobody more than Jeremy.
All right. Well, back at camp, the boys are like, oh, crap, what are we going to do now? Jeremy has immunity idol.
I know. Let's get Baylor out.
'Cause she's annoying. That was their actual explanation.
She sits around and does nothing, and she's annoying.
Woo! All right, so Jacqueline is talking to John. He's like, hey, I got the hidden immunity idol. And she's like, yeah. So then she's like, John, we're not voting with the boys. I don't like them. No.
They're talking about me. I'm in the room. I can hear them. You know, they don't care about talking strategy in front of the people that they're voting out. They just don't care. And I think Alec is the head of that little fraternity where he's got no filter. So Keith tells Missy, you know what? We're voting out Baylor.
He's like, yeah, you know, Baylor doesn't do anything around camp.
Keith, you don't tell the mother that you're going to eat her cub.
That was a really bad move. So Missy is like, oh, crap. So she goes...
like, no social game.
No. So she tells John about it, and she's like, all right, let's vote out Josh. And John is like, yeah, let's do that. He doesn't know which side he's going to be on yet.
All right, well, it's time for tribal. And Jeremy's like, Jeff, I needed this immunity idol. My
Jeff
ass
was
was
like,
grass if I didn't get it.
Yes.
And Josh was like, excuse me too. I need it too, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, so Jeff was like, well, that's interesting that you two feel like you needed it. And then he's like, Wes, are the alliances pretty much known? And he calls out his alliance.
Yes, Jeff. I think so. If it wasn't perfectly clear, these are the guys in my alliance.
I thought it was really interesting that he didn't mention John and Jacqueline.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So it comes out that John and Jacqueline are the swing vote.
Again. And they're like, aren't we great?
So Natalie calls out the boys. She's like, they're disgusting and they disrespected Jacqueline.
Yeah, Missy's like, yeah, it's a frat house. They're farting and burping all over the place, spitting. And freaking Keith is like, and then he goes, I haven't heard Wes fart lately.
I have gas, but
it's a natural bodily function. Everybody farts here.
All right. That was really
Best
weird.
part of the episode.
Really weird. But then Reed is all like, I would like to make a pitch
Yeah,
to get
because
John and
Natalie
Jacqueline's vote.
made her pitch.
Right.
So now Reed's like, let me have a turn.
And he pitches to John and Jacqueline, and he's like, you should be with the couples, not the singles.
Don't vote out my boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. So it's time for the vote. And I don't think it was a big surprise here that Josh was voted out 6-5.
Jacqueline's got those balls in a bag.
She certainly does. All right, next time it's going to get exciting. This is the part of the game that we don't like. Reed goes through Keith's bag.
I don't like that. Well, you know what? He finds that Keith has this hidden immunity idol. He tells everyone about it. Now Keith could be in some trouble.
Yeah, because everyone is assuming that he has the idol. Unless he actually saw the idol in the bag later. Or somebody else went back. But
I don't know.
Keith's in trouble. Old-timey fireman. He's got to put out the fire.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought about this episode. Who would you have voted out? Maybe you would have been voted out if you didn't have the immunity idol.
Okay, so until next time, much love.
Edit.
Hey!